Hey, BookTube Sean here, and I have a little idea that I want to share with you, and it's kind of, I need your guys' input on it. I just kind of think it might be a little fun way to get you guys involved in the channel. I have this stack of books over here that I need to read and review. Books I've gotten from publicists, one from an author, and I have already featured them on the channel, and the publicists have been sent those videos that show them featured on the channel, and that was, except for one of them, the original arrangement was to feature them on the channel. Those were the words used. So, but I still do want to read and review them because they are books that I was interested in, that I wanted. So my idea is to let you guys pick which one I do first. So I'm going to show you the books, and I'm going to read you the descriptions, and then you'll vote in the comments about which one you would like to see me read and review first, which ones sound the most interesting to you, because they all sound interesting to me. So I'm not going to be disappointed in whatever you pick, because I want to read them all. And I think it just might be a little fun way to help get you guys involved in the channel and what I'm reading a little bit, and maybe, hopefully, hear from some of you that I never hear from, because I know there's a lot of people who watch the videos, and thank you for watching. I totally appreciate it. But I'd like to hear from you too. I would like nothing better than if I had 150 views on a video that I would have 150 comments to reply to, because no matter how large the channel grows, I'm never going to not respond to the comments, because I feel like if you guys take the time out to watch my video and take the time to leave me a comment on it, I owe you at least a thank you for commenting. Even if there's not much that I can say in response to what you've said, I at least owe you a thank you for commenting. I can take that time out of my day to respond to you. It may not be the same day, as you guys who comment regularly know. I may not get to it for a day or two, but I will always take the time out to respond to you, because you've taken the time to watch and respond and comment on my video. So, and I truly appreciate that. So let's get into the books. The first one on the stack, and I've already filmed this video once, and then I realized I forgot this book because it was not with the other ones. So choice number one is Pride and Prometheus by John Kessel. This is from Saga Press, and it is a Frankenstein meets Pride and Prejudice story. So I'll read you the description. She had never had a conversation, however brief, like that she'd had with Victor Frankenstein. Pride and Prejudice meets Frankenstein as Mary Bennet falls for the enigmatic Victor Frankenstein and befriends his monstrous creature in this clever fusion of two popular classics. Threatened with destruction unless he fashions a wife for his creature, Victor Frankenstein travels to England, where he meets Mary and Kitty Bennet, the remaining unmarried sisters of the Bennet family from Pride and Prejudice. As Mary and Victor become increasingly attracted to each other, the creature looks on impatiently, waiting for his bride. Where will Victor find a female body from which to create the monster's mate? Meanwhile, the awkward Mary hopes that Victor will save her from approaching spinsterhood, all the while wondering what dark secret he is keeping from her. Pride and Prometheus fuses the gothic horror of Mary Shelley with the Regency romance of Jane Austen in an exciting novel that combines two age-old stories in a fresh and startling way. That is Pride and Prometheus by John Kessel. Now, I have not read Pride and Prejudice. I've read part of it. I may have read Frankenstein a long time ago, but I can't remember reading it. So I originally thought I might read both of those and then read this and see how well it melded the two, but the more I think about it, the more I'm liking the idea of coming to this as somebody who has not read either work and seeing how it holds up for somebody who has not read either work. So that's why I had put this one off, because this is one of the first ones I received. But the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to go into it that way. I think that's going to be maybe a fresher perspective on this book, as opposed to anybody who's read and reviewed this book that has read both books. So I want to offer a different perspective on this. So that's book number 1. Book number 2, Space Opera by Catherynne M. Valente. You just saw me haul this not too long ago, like a week or two ago. And this is kind of Eurovision contest meets Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is the way this book is being described. A century ago, the Sentience Wars tore the galaxy apart and nearly ended the entire concept of intelligent, spacefaring life. In the aftermath, a curious tradition was invented by the remnants of civilization, something to cheer up everyone who was left, something to celebrate having escaped total annihilation by the skin of one's teeth, if indeed one has skin, or teeth. Something to bring the shattered worlds together in the spirit of peace, unity, understanding, and the most powerful of all social bonds, excluding others. Once every cycle, the great galactic civilizations gather for the Metagalactic Grand Prix, part gladiatorial contest, part beauty pageant, part concert extravaganza, and part, a very large but very subtle part, continuation of the wars of the past. The powerful species that survived compete in feats, not of orbital combat, but of song, dance, and or whatever facsimile of these can be performed by various creatures who may or may not possess, in the traditional sense, feet, mouths, larynxes, or faces. And if a new species should wish to be counted among the high and the mighty, if a new planet has produced some savage group of animals, machines, or algae that claim to be, against all odds, sentient, well, then they will have to compete. If a species fails, they will be quickly exterminated by the powers that be, so to avoid another costly and annoying sentience war. It's a mercy, really. One must always think of the greater good, after all. This year, a bizarre and unsightly species has looked up from its muddy planet-bound cradle and noticed the enormous universe blaring on around it, humanity. Where they expected to one day reach out into space and discover a grand drama of diplomacy, gunships, wormholes, and stoic councils of grave aliens, they have found glitter, and lipstick, and pyrotechnics, and electric guitars. Decibel Jones and the Absolute Zeros, a somewhat dubious mid-2000s British pop sensation, fallen on hard times and harder luck, have been chosen to represent their planet on the greatest stage in the galaxy, and the fate of Earth lies in their ability to rock. That's Space Opera by Catherynne Valente. The next one is The Oracle Year by Charles Soule. And this is from Harper Perennial. Like I said, all these books are already have already been published. They're out and available now. And this is Tomorrow is Today. These are the things that will happen. Knowledge is power. So when an unassuming Manhattan bassist named Will Dando awakens from a dream one morning with 108 predictions about the future in his head, he rapidly finds himself the most powerful man in the world. Protecting his anonymity by calling himself the Oracle, he sets up a heavily guarded website with the help of his friend Hamza to dole out his revelations. In no time, global corporations are offering him millions for exclusive access, eager to profit from his prophecies. He's also making a lot of high-powered enemies, from the President of the United States and a nationally prominent televangelist to a warlord with a nuclear missile and an assassin grandmother. Legions of cyber spies are unleashed to hack the site, as it's come to be called. And the best manhunters money can buy are deployed not only to unmask the Oracle, but also to take him out of the game entirely. With only a handful of people he can trust, including a beautiful journalist, it's all Will can do to survive, elude exposure, and protect those he loves long enough to use his knowledge to save the world. Delivering fast-paced adventure on a global scale as well as sharp-witted satire on our concepts of power and faith, Charles Soule's audacious debut novel takes readers on a ride so rollicking it's impossible to predict what will happen next. That is The Oracle Year by Charles Soule. The next book is The Song of All by Tina LeCount Myers, and this is from Nightshade Books. I know this is a story about gods, but it is. On the forbidding fringes of the tundra, where years are marked by seasons of snow, humans war with immortals in the name of their shared gods. Urgent, a human warrior, is ruthless and lethal. A legend among the brethren of hunters, but even legends grow tired and disillusioned. Scarred and weary of bloodshed, Urgent turns his back on his oath and his calling to hide away and live a peaceful life as a farmer, husband, and father. But his past is not so easily left behind. When an ambitious village priest conspires with the vengeful comrades Urgen has forsaken, the fragile peace in the Northlands of Divinia is at stake. His bloody past revealed, Urgen's present unravels as he faces an ultimatum: return to hunt the immortals or lose his child. But with his son's life hanging in the balance, as Urgen follows the tracks of the dark and desolate snow-covered forest, it is not death he searches for, but life. That's The Song of All by Tina LeCount Myers. The next one is The Tangled Lands by Paolo Bacigulpi and Tobias S. Buckell. This is the ARC, but the book has been released, have all of these. This is a shared world collection of 4 novellas. Both authors wrote 2 novellas each, and that's what this is. It's 4 novellas in a shared world. To practice magic is to tempt death at the hands of the mob, yet the city of Kam is ruled by a tyrant and the most powerful of defilers, the last archmage of the world. Kam, the last great city of a decaying empire, clings to life. It is a world where magic destroys. Award-winning authors Paolo Bacigulpi and Tobias S. Buckell explore a shared world where magic is forbidden and its use is rewarded with the executioner's axe. A world of glittering memories and a desperate present where everyone uses a little magic and someone else pays the price. Now, you see a bookmark in here. I have read a little bit of this, but only about 30 pages or so, just because it was next to me one night and I had a little bit of time, so I picked it up and started reading a little bit. The last one is one I specifically said I would review, but I also said it could be a couple of months before I got to it, so the author was aware. This is Murder in Little Shendon by A.H. Richardson. Now, this was described to me as a cozy mystery. If you remember when I hauled this, I said that this was described to me as a cozy mystery, but there's nothing about this cover that screams cozy mystery to me. But once I read the description, you will see that it is indeed a more cozier style mystery. Murder in Little Shendon. Nobody in Little Shendon particularly liked Mr. Finch. Therefore, when he is murdered in a rather gruesome manner, the suspect list grows quite long, and includes everyone from his housekeeper to Lady Armstrong and her household staff, the shy librarian, a feisty major, the charming postmistress, owners of the town pub, even the vicar and the pair of American tourists. To aid the investigation, Inspector Stanley Burgess calls on his old friend, Sir Victor Hazlitt, and a new friend, the noted Shakespearean actor Beresford Brandon. The three sift methodically through the alibis and life stories of the suspects until they uncover... So yeah, that's Murder in Little Shendon by A.H. Richardson, and like I said, the description is very English cozy mystery, but the cover screams brutal thriller. So I was a little taken aback by the cover when I knew that it had been described, and I had read the description even when the publicist reached out to me about this. But it sounded interesting, and it sounded like a kind of mystery that I do like. So I did want to give it some exposure and review it. So that is it. Those are the 6 books, not 5 like when I first recorded this. These 6 books to choose from. So leave me a comment with the title of the book that you would like to see me read and review first. You don't have to just put the title. You can say whatever you want, but let me know which one, let me know what ones sound interesting to you. But definitely let me know which one you would like to see me read and review first. I will leave this open until from today, Monday. Let's say, because I don't think I'm going to get a My Week in Books film next week. Let's say from Monday to Monday. I will leave this open from Monday to Monday, and then I will count up the votes, and in the next My Week in Books after that, even if there is a My Week in Books this coming weekend, Sunday or Monday, although I don't think there's going to be, the weekend books after the voting closes, I will announce which one was picked. So hit me up in those comments. especially if you've never commented on one of my videos before, now's really the time to leave me a comment and let me know what you want to see me read of this stack. I really would love to hear from you. But that's it. Thank you to all my subscribers. If this is your first time here, please participate. And if you liked this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe so you know when I post new videos, and I will see you all in my next video.